special. Matt the Man here. Today we are talking about a classic from 1993, Hocus Pocus. That's right. A movie that bombed at the box office in the summer of 1993. Now, why they put this movie out in the summer of 1993? Don't know why. But somehow, the little engine that could, as soon as this movie was dropped on video and then started having reruns on Disney and then later ABC Family, otherwise known as Freeform, this movie became a cult classic. I don't know who grew up and didn't watch Hocus Pocus. I was one of those kids. I compare Hocus Pocus, once again a Disney movie, to like watching the Santa Claus every December. You can't go through the month of October and not watch Hocus Pocus at least one time. Just like you can't go through December and not watch the Tim Allen Santa Claus at least one time. I also say that about Home Alone, but Santa Claus and Hocus Pocus are under Disney. But I am currently reading that book over there that is the making of Hocus Pocus. From the very idea, an original idea that came to the original creator's mind when he was telling his daughters, his two young daughters, that you see that black cat, the neighbor's black cat? If you're not good, you're going to become that black cat. That black cat used to be a human, but now it's a cat. That is how the idea of Hocus Pocus first came into the original person's mind. He was joking with his two young daughters that black cat used to be a human. That is how the idea came to fruition. The original title was Halloween House, not even Hocus Pocus. The original script was way darker, even for Disney. And this movie is already dark enough. But the script was even darker. In fact, the script was so dark, and that's why most of the cast, Bette Midler, Vanessa Shaw, who plays Allison, all signed on because the original script was even darker than the movie that we got, which is actually still pretty dark, and I'm going to get into that for a Disney movie. The witches, Bette Midler, Sarah Jessica Parker, and the other one, I'm sorry, I always butcher her name, the antagonist of the film, wouldn't work without, half of this movie wouldn't work without them. Bette Midler is excellent. I mean, this movie has so many great lines. Oh, what a glorious morning. Goodbye. Goodbye. He has a little woman. I'm going to get you the whole musical number. I put a spell on you. Then you got the other half, the protagonist trio, Max, Nanny, and Allison, which, once again, and then if you add the cat, Binks, Zachary Binks, the other half of the movie wouldn't work without them. So, I mean, and that's why I say Hocus Pocus 2, that came out 2 years ago, doesn't work on a number of levels, but one of the main levels is you don't have the other half that made the first movie great. You don't have Danny, you don't have Allison, and you don't have Max. You have the three witches, but you need the other half for the movie to work, and they did it. Humor is something that is dark at times, but also adult at times. Yeah, a virgin needs to light the candle. In a Disney movie? We're talking about virgins here? Yeah, let's explain that to a kid. Mommy, Daddy, what do they mean? Well, you see, Max hasn't been laid. What do you mean? He hasn't had sex. What is that? Oh shit. Matt gets home from school, he's in his bedroom, and he's dreaming up Allison while Danny's in the closet. I mean, it's like, oh yeah, we know what he's doing. We know what he's thinking. We know what he's about to do. And this is a Disney movie. Remember that whole scene where Danny meets Allison for the first time. Oh, Allison. Yes, Matt likes your yabos. I could never wear that dress. Because I don't have, what do you call them, Matt? Yabos? Yeah, I don't have yabos. Matt loves your yabos. He thinks about them all the time. Yeah, that's in a Disney movie. How much Matt loves Allison Vanessa Shaw's cleavage, boobs. So you get that humor. Or the whole with Sarah Jessica Parker flirting with every guy she meets. You know what I mean? It's like, wow. Then you got the atmosphere of this movie. As soon as this movie begins, the opening, you get that fall, you know, you can almost smell it coming off the TV. That fall smell, that feeling with the leaves and just the look. And yep, this is definitely a Halloween movie, a fall movie. Also the makeup, when I was growing up, watching this movie, Billy, the zombie, who comes out of the grave, he scared the shit out of me as a kid. Because the makeup design was perfect. Even the special effects, I don't think people realize in a 1993 movie that only cost $28 million to make, still has great CGI. And this movie is risky. Once again, there was a time when Disney made dark films. I don't know what's happened to them. But I feel like after the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, they've stopped making some riskier, darker films. This movie is very adult. Another thing, you're dealing with virgins. A virgin has to light the black flame candle. You're dealing with witches killing kids in a Disney movie. Now, this was in the original script, but it was even scarier and darker of how they did it. But they still kept that. Oh, we are still going to kill kids. Or we're going to turn a teenager into a cat. That's still dark. Okay, this is only a PG movie. Wow, this is what Disney used to be. And that's why this movie still holds up after all these years. Where they're at a Halloween party and the Sanderson sisters show up. I put a spell on you, and now you're mine. I mean, that is a number that even the sequel tried to do something similar, and it didn't work at all. A, because of the song choice they picked for the sequel movie, but you can't replicate that twice and think it's going to work the second time. That was magic, no pun intended, magic in a bottle. Lightning in a bottle, magic in a bottle, bottles. And it's a perfect moment. Like then, this is a classic. No, everyone watches Hocus Pocus once a year. Sometimes I even watch it twice in October. Sometimes at the very beginning and then near the end. Because it's just a fun movie. It's funny. It's scary at times, even for a young kid. You have memorable characters, both protagonists and antagonists. You have surprises with Billy, the zombie. You think he's bad, but he's actually good. And it's a heartwarming story of really brother and sister. Whether it's Zachary Binks and his sister at the beginning, and then at the very end, that last shot, where it goes from them, then back to Max and Danny, then back to Zachary and his sister. I mean, it's a heartwarming movie about brothers and sisters. It has it all, and it's only a little bit over 90 minutes. So what do you think about Hocus Pocus? Are you a fan of the original? Were you a fan of even the remake, or not the sequel? I still don't understand why they didn't try to bring back any of the three protagonists for the sequel. Maybe they'll do that with the third one. They should. And they should put it in theaters. But let me know in the comments below, are you a fan of the original Hocus Pocus? Who is your favorite Sanderson sister? Who is your favorite protagonist? Danny, Allison, Max, Zachary Binks? Let me know in the comments below, and once again, have a happy, spooky Halloween.